The Pittsburgh Steelers are facing one of the most crucial decisions of the offseason, one that could completely reshape their backfield. Jaylen Warren, the talented running back who has impressed since entering the NFL as an undrafted free agent, is set to become a restricted free agent. This means that while the Steelers have options to retain him, their chosen strategy could impact not only Warren's future but also that of Najee Harris and the team's rushing attack in 2025. The news has sparked significant discussion among fans and analysts, especially after insider Jerry Dulock revealed the Steelers' plan regarding Warren. Before diving into the details of this strategy, it's essential to understand how Najee Harris's situation intertwines with his backfield counterpart. Harris, a first-round pick in the 2021 draft, has been a key piece of Pittsburgh's offense, but his future remains uncertain after the franchise opted not to exercise his fifth-year option. This decision means Harris will become an unrestricted free agent in 2025, allowing him to negotiate with any team without the Steelers having the right to match offers or receive compensation for his departure. This context is crucial in understanding Pittsburgh's decision regarding Jaylen Warren. Unlike Harris, Warren is a restricted free agent, giving the Steelers some control over his future. One option they had was applying a second-round tender, which would have ensured they received a draft pick if another team extended him an offer that the Steelers chose not to match. However, according to Jerry Dulock, the team has opted for a more cost-effective strategy, applying the right of first refusal tender. This allows them to match any offer from another team but provides no compensation if they decide not to. This move will cost Pittsburgh only $3.18 million, representing significant savings compared to a second-round tender. However, this strategy comes with risks. If another team makes a strong offer for Warren and the Steelers choose not to match it, the running back could leave without Pittsburgh receiving any compensation. This could significantly weaken the team's ground game, especially given the uncertainty surrounding Najee Harris. While Harris has been the lead back in recent years, Warren has proven to be more efficient in many situations, averaging 5.3 yards per carry last season compared to Harris's 4.1. The big question now is, are the Steelers making the right decision? On one hand, if they manage to retain Warren for just $3.18 million, they will have more financial flexibility to strengthen other key positions, such as the offensive or defensive line. On the other hand, if a team like the Miami Dolphins or Baltimore Ravens makes a strong offer for Warren, Pittsburgh could lose its most explosive running back without any return. The impact of this decision extends far beyond the backfield. If Warren leaves, the Steelers might be forced to seek a replacement in free agency or the draft. However, the 2025 draft class for running backs doesn't appear to be particularly deep, which could further complicate the situation. Additionally, relying solely on Harris might not be the best approach. While he has been a productive back, he has yet to establish himself as a true NFL star. Another factor to consider is the locker room impact. Warren has become one of the most beloved players among fans and teammates due to his work ethic and ability to make explosive plays. Losing him could affect team morale, especially if a suitable replacement isn't found. What do Steelers fans think? Should the franchise have been more aggressive and applied a second-round tender to ensure Warren's retention, or at least secure compensation if another team signed him? Or do you believe this was a smart decision to better manage the salary cap and strengthen other areas of the team? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Regardless of the outcome, this will be one of the most closely followed stories of the Steelers' offseason. If Pittsburgh manages to keep Warren at a reasonable price, they could have a solid backfield without compromising their financial flexibility. But if they lose him without any compensation, criticism toward the front office will undoubtedly follow. The offseason remains full of uncertainty for the Steelers, and we'll be keeping a close eye on all developments to keep you informed. The Pittsburgh Steelers ended up with the Atlanta Falcons quarterback in a hypothetical 2024 NFL draft redo. If the Pittsburgh Steelers had access to a time machine, they wouldn't have to worry about their quarterback situation this offseason. In a 2024 NFL draft redo, CBS Sports' Chris Trapasso selected Michael Penix Jr. for Pittsburgh at the 20th overall pick. With no clear plan at the moment for the quarterback position, the Steelers take a chance on Penix Jr., who shined when inserted into the Falcons' lineup late in the season, wrote Trapasso. In reality, Penix was a surprise pick by the Atlanta Falcons at number 8 overall. The team had signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year $180 million contract just a month earlier in free agency, and the consensus was that they would target a defensive player in the first round. Penix was coming off a fantastic season at Washington, where he led the program to the College Football Playoff National Championship and finished as the Heisman Trophy runner-up behind Jaden Daniels. However, there were still concerns about how his game would translate to the next level. For starters, he was just over a week away from turning 24 at the time of the draft. Additionally, Penix suffered 4 consecutive season-ending injuries to his knee and shoulder between 2018 and 2021. Considering he was also one of the last of a dying breed of left-handed quarterbacks and wasn't particularly mobile in college, Penix's profile had plenty of red flags. However, he proved his ability when given the opportunity in Atlanta. He became the Falcons starter in Week 16 after Cousins was benched, finishing his rookie season with 775 passing yards, 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, while the team fell short of winning the NFC South with an 8-9 record. Penix impressed enough that the Falcons will likely move on from Cousins this offseason, making that pick seem far less puzzling in hindsight. The Steelers' situation would have been drastically different had they had the chance to select him. Pittsburgh never had the opportunity to draft him or any of the other top quarterbacks from last year's class, which was one of the strongest at the position in recent memory. With names like Caleb Williams, Drake May, and J.J. McCarthy also on the board, competition was intense, and Pittsburgh had to address another key position instead. The Steelers ended up selecting offensive tackle Troy Fautanu, who was Penix's teammate at Washington. However, he played just 1 regular season game after dislocating his kneecap before Week 3. He was not selected in Trapasso's redraft, leaving questions about his long-term impact on the franchise. It remains unclear what direction the Steelers will ultimately take to find their quarterback for the 2025 season, but that wouldn't be a topic of discussion if Penix were on their roster. His talent and rookie season performance suggest he could have been the key piece Pittsburgh needed to solidify its offense and return to serious contention in the AFC. As the offseason progresses, the quarterback situation remains a major concern for the Steelers. Rumors about potential trades or draft picks continue to swirl, but the reality is that finding a talent like Penix isn't easy. Only time will tell whether Pittsburgh can course correct or if they'll be left wondering, what if, for years to come.